Hello, fellow hitchhikers. Today we are going to look at 4 different Canadian on-ramp and off-ramp for cryptocurrencies. And I used to call this the $100 vanilla challenge because I would take $100 Canadian and see how much crypto I could get out of the apps. And this time around we're going to have to call it the $300 vanilla challenge, and just because of things have gone up so much and a few other reasons I'll explain later on. Also, this is going to include a couple different apps. This time around, I'm still going to do Bitbuy, Shakepay, Newton, but I'm also going to do Ndax. Ndax seems to be new to the scene, or at least new to my radar. I've had a couple friends who have notified me independently that they're interested in crypto and they've signed up and they're using Ndax, and they didn't reuse my referral links. Oh, it hurts. No, it's not too bad. It's fine. It's great. I'm just excited people are joining in and learning. And so I thought I would do a comparison on the Ndax as well. I was going to do this a few weeks ago, and the Ndax app was terrible. So I emailed their customer support to try and figure out what was going on with their app. And they basically said, yeah, we know, our app's terrible. They've since released an update to the app, and it is a bit better. So I think we're good to go on this comparison. Also, it worked out in this time that Bitbuy's done an update. All right, so what we're going to do is transfer $300 Canadian to these different apps, and then, or I'll talk about how that process works. Then I will purchase Ethereum and send it to a wallet. And on a different video, I will do a wallet comparison, comparing the different wallets. But for this video, I'll just send it to the wallet, and then I'll show how it comes back into these apps, and then I will send it back to the bank account. And we will compare the fees and compare the interface along the way. So buckle up, here we go. The first app we're going to look at is Bitbuy. So Bitbuy, I have $20 in there already. It must be from a referral. And I'll just show you some of the features within Bitbuy. So Bitbuy supports XRP, EOS, LTC, ETH, XLM, BCH, and BTC. These are kind of old legacy cryptocurrencies. The only ones that I would be interested out of this list are the Bitcoin, the BTC down here at the bottom, and the Ethereum. The other ones, they have volume, they have a following, they have a legacy, but I really don't see the massive utility. Litecoin, maybe. I know PayPal, and it seems like they're just being included because they were once big. And even EOS, there's quite a bit of disappointment there with EOS. So really, I mean, unless you want to play around with some of these other things as a day trader or a swing trader, then I guess you might use this, but then you'd probably go into an exchange. So, but it does have Bitcoin and it does have Ether as well. When you go into the trade, you will see that there are some options within the trading. You can set up limit trades very easily, and it gives you a nice profile. And you can do over-the-counter sort of, or market, I guess I should call it, market trades. Within the profile, you have your personal information, your setup for Interac e-transfers, your security, and two-factor. One thing that I find a little bit frustrating with Bitbuy, and I get it from a security point of view, is you have to log in with a username and password and then a two-factor authentication. You can't use biometric data like Face ID, and that's a little bit of a limitation I find, but also because I'm dealing with small amounts of money, I'm not really as worried about security. I imagine if you were dealing with large amounts of money, you would want that. Bitbuy does have a referral program, and I don't seem to be able to find it though within the app when I go through the various settings. So I jump over to the website, and after various processes of logging in and sending and receiving emails and verifying my device, I'm able to log in, and it explains that you can earn $20 for every person who signs up. And I believe it used to be both parties would get that. For every referred user that makes a deposit of $250 or more, you'll earn $20 for their first deposit. But I don't see anything for the other user. And when I click this get your referral code, it doesn't seem to actually load a referral code. Now I have one from before. I will figure out the referral code. I will put it down below. Let's take a look at the next app, Shakepay. Shakepay has essentially won or tied with Newton on each of these challenges, and in part it's because of this reason here. I'm going to shake my phone. And by shaking my phone once a day, I receive 1,500 Satoshis. Now, Satoshis are a small increment of measurement of a Bitcoin, and 1,500 Satoshis is worth $1. So by shaking my phone, I just got a free $1 worth of Bitcoin. That is based on the streak that I have over 90 days. When you first start shaking your phone, you get about, 10 cents worth of Bitcoin, and then each day that you shake, it goes up more. And you will see I'm at 280 days. I dropped it a couple times, and once you hit 90 days, you're at the cap. When I first started, I think you were getting around 3,500 Satoshis, and then Bitcoin went up, and then it was down to 2,500 Satoshis, and then Bitcoin went up. Now it's down to around 1,500 Satoshis. So they seem to keep it around that $1 a day in value. So that's just great. Shakepay does have a referral program. I believe it's $10 for each of us. When you spend $100, and we each get $10. So I like that. You can see the referral link there. Of course, I'll put it down below. This is generally my favorite app to use because the interface is great. It has some built-in features like recurring buys, which I'll show you once we do the deposit. It allows you to put some Canadian in and dollar cost average your purchase. It's very simple. It just does Bitcoin, just does Ether. That's all you really need. You don't need anything else, because in general, once you get into joining different projects or wanting to buy and sell, you're not going to use an on-ramp or off-ramp. You're much more likely to go into using an exchange like KuCoin or many of the other ones. KuCoin is one of my main favorites. Of course, Binance is just becoming super popular because of the number of coin offerings and also the low gas fees. They're incredibly centralized and it's one of those ones that you use because it's there, it's available, but isn't the best. And if there's an alternative, I always choose the alternative. They also are introducing a new credit card. You can sign up for a wait list for this. I'm 19,800. I haven't been competing for points to try and get ahead of the wait list. I don't even know if I'll end up getting this, but it'll be a Shakepay Visa, and you'll get a portion of your purchases back in the form of cryptocurrency. So it's instead of like travel points, you're getting your crypto. Another thing that's great within the Shakepay is if you have anyone else that's on Shakepay, you can send them money. So like an e-transfer, but it just goes straight to their Shakepay, and it's effectively instant. So being able to send money or cryptocurrency to a friend at no fee is a nice built-in feature if enough people that you know are on Shakepay. Now, Shakepay just recently announced that they have over 1% of the Canadian population using this app. So as time goes on and the momentum builds, this may end up becoming something that most people have anyways. This is one app I highly recommend, even if you're just wanting to check it out. Now, I should mention that both Bitbuy, or all of these apps, require KYC, which is Know Your Customer. So if you end up choosing to use one of these on-ramps, you're going to have to show your picture of your driver's license, a picture of yourself, possibly upload a document from showing your address, your home address. You're effectively making a bank account. And these apps that I'm showing you are all registered. I think it's called FinTrack registration, and that's to stop money laundering and those kinds of things. So you have to verify who you are, and they can, it's trackable. It's like opening a bank account. So keep that in mind. I go and I create all these different accounts so that I can learn about them. I can share them on this video, but it's a huge hassle. So I don't recommend it. I recommend choosing one that you're going to use. So Bitbuy, Shakepay, Newton. So Newton I have some funds in here already. It's the no fee app out of all of them. I mean, they all have profits from different ways. Both Newton and Shakepay, the previous one, have no fees for uploading money. I believe Ndax has no fee, but we'll find that Bitbuy does have a fee. And then offloading as well. All of these have different fees as well. Bitbuy charges a fee. Again, Shakepay and Newton do not charge a fee. And it looks like Ndax charges like $25 or something. We'll see when we get to that point. So you have to be mindful of how the fees work. Newton is one of my favorite in terms of low fees. Like basically there's only a spread. That's it. The buy and sell cost on the cryptos are where they make their money, and otherwise it's nice and simple. You just get what you expect. I guess I'll clarify that when we do the ETH withdrawal, but I like how they handle it. I guess I can tell you right now. So Newton will contribute $5 towards network transaction fees. You pay the difference, whereas some of the other ones say they don't charge a fee, but then they increase the amount of gas that you're going to end up having to pay to use them, or they have a minimum transaction. Shakepay has a minimum of 0.1 or about $300 in order to transfer the ETH out, and I don't know about Ndax. We'll take a look. The referral program is you get $25 when you buy or sell $100 in Canadian. So it's slightly more than Shakepay. Shakepay is only $10. It was $30 for a while, but they've gone down to $10. I think maybe they're getting enough people signing up. You can see there's my referral link if you're interested, and I will of course post that down below. In the market exchange, there is a fair selection. One thing I do like that Newton is offering is they do offer stable coins. So they offer QCAD and they offer Tether, and these are just a way to hold the cryptocurrency or hold your value in a crypto token that's anchored to a fiat, a country's currency. So QCAD is of course anchored to $1 Canadian, and Tether is anchored to $1 US. I don't particularly use the stable coins. These are called stable coins because I'm generally either just going to turn it right into Canadian dollars and just use that as the value, or I'm going to send it or receive it as Ethereum. I don't find that the fee to move funds around is worth it to try and use a stable coin. They also have Monero, Stellar, Ripple, another stable coin, USD coin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin. So Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, those are old legacy coins from back in the day. There's a fan base for them, and there's a certain amount of momentum that they have. But again, out of this whole list, I would only really be interested in Bitcoin or Ether. The last one we're going to look at is Ndax, and I find this to be the most curious one. I'm actually kind of excited to do this review and to look at this because it has a much better list of coins. It has Bitcoin and Ether, of course. Those are your two that you're going to look at: XRP, Litecoin, EOS, Stellar, same as all the other ones. It has Dogecoin. I'm disappointed in that on one level, but really what's the difference between Dogecoin and XRP anyways? That's a joke. Dogecoin has absolutely no use. I will not buy it. I guess if I, get a sense that there's going to be a big pump, maybe I would. But I morally, and I just feel uncomfortable buying something like Dogecoin. It's a meme coin. It's designed to take people's money and from the poor and give it to the rich who pump it. Cardano, I'm not actually interested in Cardano. It's kind of branded itself as this challenger to ETH. It has way too many shortcomings and not enough offerings to actually follow through with that, in my opinion. Tether, a stablecoin, again, good to see. But down here at the bottom, these two, really, really happy to see this in a Canadian exchange, I guess effectively, very small exchange, Chainlink and Polkadot. I don't have either of those, but in terms of really cool projects that are doing something within the crypto space and offering a utility that does have value. There are competitors to them, but they themselves do stand out as sort of blue chip, I guess, or whatever you might call them. So Chainlink and Polkadot, great to see those showing up as available. If I was to buy them, though, I wouldn't buy them inside here. I see these 4 apps purely as an on-ramp in order to get my Canadian currency into a crypto that I can use, and an off-ramp in order to take the crypto back to my wallet. And I don't really do much with the swing trading or buying and selling. I'm not into that. It has all kinds of tax implications, which is basically all capital gains. You have the stress of trying to swing trade and market time. I like playing the games and doing the projects and getting myself involved with essentially work, right? Doing the time to turn some profit, or at least to learn about the future of the internet. The settings for some reason are completely grayed out, and so within the app here I can't tap anything. It's all grayed out, so I don't know why that is. This little profile icon down here in the bottom is grayed out. I can't tap it. They did call this update I think a beta update, so maybe this app is still got a ways to go in development. When I tap this for the invite, I don't seem to be able to invite. So most likely I'm going to have to look at the desktop version of some of this. You can see graph coming soon. So Ndax is new, which means maybe they're listening and they're going to have some great features, or it means it could be kind of clunky. But it does show that it has some good promise. So anyways, enough of me talking. Let's get to depositing. We'll start with Ndax. Let's deposit 300 Canadian. So it gives me the choices here. I can do an Interac e-transfer. There's no limit. I can do a bank draft, or I can do a wire transfer. So in order to do this, I have to make a payment to Ndax Payment as the name in my bank profile, payments. I've got a unique message code. So when I hit deposit 300 Canadian, I get a deposit ticket. Interesting. The other ones I can just put the information in. Oh, and then I got an email here. All right, let's take a look. Deposit is pending. You have received your deposit ticket. Amount $300. All right, okay, so I guess I have to go over to the bank, copy all that, paste in, do the e-transfer. Let's go into Newton. Now Newton, it's always kind of weird. So I'm going to hit the trade icon, and then I'm going to go to add funds. It never really makes sense to me, their interface. I'm always jumping around, having a look. They also have Interact e-transfer, the ability to deposit from other crypto wallets, which I assume they all would have, and wire transfer. So we'll do e-transfer, 300, done. I can hit a send request. So request sent. So what happens here is they send you an email, an e-transfer email, that you can then tap and open with your financial institution. And you can select your bank and then accept the e-transfer. And it auto-fills all the information into that e-transfer. Really like this feature. There's a lot of stress in that other method where you're copying, pasting each of the bits. Like, did I copy the email address right? Did I copy the security question? And did I copy the answer? So the Newton sends a request, and then you do an e-transfer. That is great. Okay, Shakepay. So Shakepay is also going to accept deposits. It's not within this trade icon. If you go on the trade icon, you can see you can buy and sell instantly, set up recurring buys. These recurring buys don't take from your bank account. You have to, say, put in $500 into the Shakepay, and then you can set up a recurring buy where maybe it buys $10 a day until you run out of the $500. And then, of course, you can do limit orders, just like you could with Bitbuy. In order to deposit money, I hit the add funds up here. And again, I can bring Bitcoin or ETH from another crypto wallet, do a wire transfer, or an Interact e-transfer. Similarly to Ndax, it's a copy-paste the email address, copy-paste the username, or the security question, I should say, and copy-paste the secure answer, and send an e-transfer. And it always works quite fast. Lastly, we have Bitbuy. And Bitbuy, when I tap deposit, I have some choices. that I can bring from other wallets, or I can come from an e-transfer or bank wire. And you'll notice Bitbuy does have a 1.5% fee, and they say within 4 to 6 hours. And I don't know. I find in general the e-transfers, it's more controlled by bank issues than it is within the apps. So Bitbuy loses out of the gate in terms of that fee right off the top. Now, Bitbuy argues that their fees are fully disclosed and that there's lots of transparency within their fees, which would be fair enough if their spread is low enough to make it worth it to offset all these fees that you pay along the way. So to deposit $300 here, again, they set up a series of things that I can copy and paste into my banking and do an e-transfer. So I'm going to set these all up with $300 Canadian, and then get ready to do the purchase, and we'll compare the spreads and see which one is the best spread. So the e-transfers are done. Newton has its funds. Shakepay has its funds. They're both very fast on receiving. I don't know if they've just got things set up with the banks or if they've been able to establish themselves. But I find that when I do the e-transfer to these, unless there's congestion on the network, sometimes they send out a Twitter that there's a problem, but for the most part, anytime I do a deposit, it's instant, and both Newton and Shakepay receive their funds very, very quickly. Bitbuy in the past has taken a little while. I get the email notification saying that they've received the funds, but it doesn't show up in my account. It's been about 10 minutes. Let's just check if they've shown up yet. No, there's still nothing there. And Ndax, this is their first time doing it. Let's take a look. My wallets, I don't see anything. So still waiting for Ndax and Bitbuy for the money to arrive. So in terms of speed, which may or may not be in control of the apps, it's very clear that Shakepay and Newton work. I will show you here the confirmation email I got from Bitbuy. It says deposit pending, and you can see I sent $300, and they have a $4.43 fee that they're charging. So out of the gate, Bitbuy is also not looking good, because all of the other three are going to give me $300 to start with, and Bitbuy is not. But maybe they'll make up for that on their spread. Let's see if their spread is actually lower. We can actually take a look at the spread while we're waiting for the deposit. So let's take a look at Bitbuy's spread and compare them. So if I'm going to make a trade in Bitbuy, I can see that I can hit this drop down, a little drop down chevron arrow there, and I can choose what I'm going to get, Ether. Right now, the market, and I'll just go with market because that's how I'll compare all of them, because you can always set up a limit and then wait for a certain price, but you still would have the spread relative to what the global market would be on that. So their current buy price is a buy price of $3,437.70 and a sell price, let's just say if I put in one. Okay, good, I do. Sell price of $3,429.54. So we can figure out their spread. Oh, but they have a fee. What? Plus $6.86. Is that depending on, let's say I did 5. Well, their fee is, oh, so it must be a percentage of. Okay, so we'll have to figure out what their fee is. They also have a sell fee. Was there a fee on buying as well? Oh, they also have a fee on buying. Okay, so they have a spread plus they have a fee. Alrighty. Yeah, I remember this the last time, just feeling like the fees were so high on Bitbuy, but maybe they are smaller. Let's compare. So Shakepay And if I was to buy, the buy price you can see there is $3,490.52. So it is indeed higher. And the sell is, if I switch over to sell, tapping those two arrows, $3,384.14. So it is definitely less than I would be able to sell it for less than I'd be able to sell it on Bitbuy, and I can buy it, and it would cost more money to buy it than it would on Bitbuy. Let's take a look at Newton. If I tap the exchange and I go to trade, and I'm going to buy ETH, the buy price on Newton is 3,455.8, and if I switch to a sell, the sell price is 3,456.2. So that is definitely a very small spread, and in fact, I'd also notice that this is a much higher sell price than on Shakepay, and so when it comes to off-ramping, I might be better off using something like Newton in order to sell, because it's currently giving me the highest sell price compared to all the rest of them. So if I have done some transactions or done some things in the crypto space, and I'm bringing it back as ETH, right now Newton is giving me the highest return, the highest sell price, and they don't have any fees when I withdraw, so I'd actually get to keep that. Bitbuy does have it's a lower price, higher than Shakepay, but it also would charge me that 1% or whatever that fee is. So Newton is the clear winner so far here on selling. Let's take a look at Ndax, which still doesn't have the funds deposited. So how do I trade? Tap this. Okay, quick trade. If I put something in. So if I was to buy 1 ETH, it's not giving me the price, but I can just at least put in one ETH. It would cost me 3,420, whereas, which is the cheapest. Is the cheapest out of all of them. I actually see a bit of an arbitrage opportunity here. I could buy it on Ndax and then sell it on Newton, possibly. All right, if I was to sell, I would get 3,399.22. So that is in the middle of the pack, whatever it would be. It's still selling higher than Shakepay, but selling lower than Newton. Isn't that interesting? Well, I will put this all in a spreadsheet and do a little comparison, and then we'll actually do the buying. Let's actually look at their website just to compare each of the fees. So Bitbuy, they have a trading fee, which that's when you're dealing with the pro version or the limit. If you're the maker of the deal, there's different fees versus the taker. So that's not going to affect us just with what we're doing today with this experiment. They charge a 1.5% fee, withdrawal fee 1.5%, and no minimums. That's good. Okay, they do have minimum withdrawals though. Oh, it's a 0.11 ETH, and they charge 0.01 for mining. That's the transaction fee. That is too high. Let's compare that transaction fee to the other ones. I don't even know if I want to go ahead with using Bitbuy. They're going to cost me a fortune just to do this video. That is way too high of a fee. Okay, anyways, their spread isn't even that great when I compare them to Newton. So plus they've got the fees. I don't know. This I'll decide here. Next, let's take a look at Shakepay, their fees. So they have no commission. As far as I know, oh, they do have some limits. you have to transfer at least $5, maximum of 10,000. What else do we have here? Yeah, there's no other fees. The only limit that I came across, and they recently added it, was that you had to withdraw a minimum of 0.1 ETH to withdraw, which was, I get it. Gas is high. It is looking at, $7-8. It has dropped though since. They have made some changes effectively to the block size of the ETH network, which has brought gas back down to less than $5. I mean, when I first started this, it was just in a few cents to transfer, but still, I was disappointed that Shakepay implemented the minimum withdrawal of 0.1. I really liked how Newton handled it. Newton just said, we'll put $5 towards your withdrawal, and that's it. Anything above that, you pay. So Newton is winning on the minimum withdrawal. And they too have no commission. It's just on the spread. And then Ndax. What are Ndax's fees? So they actually have extra fees on the buying and selling. So they do have a smaller spread, but they charge a plus 0.2% and 0.2% on the selling. Deposits, there's no fee. Okay, doing a bank deposit, so an e-transfer out, $25 withdrawal fee. Ouch. And when doing ETH, they have a 0.0099, effectively 0.01. So they also have this high gas fee, 0.0099 gas fee. Another fee. So Ndax not looking good on the fees front, unless you're dealing again with large amounts of money. If you're doing a 5,000 or a 10,000, well, I don't know what their maximum is, but it's 10,000. Oh no, it doesn't matter. You can go all the way up to 100,000 with them. So if you're dealing with large amounts of money, it looks like Ndax is you could maybe absorb it, kind of like the Bitbuy. They're clearly targeting large amounts of money being moved, not for the smaller operators like me, because that $25 to withdraw your money is a huge hit. That extra money, extra 20 whatever dollars in order to move your ETH, huge money. I mean, this $300, if I use Ndax and I go all the way to my wallet and bring it back to my bank, I'm looking at probably $75 being eaten up in fees by both Bitbuy and Ndax, where I'm looking at nothing with Shakepay and nothing with Newton other than the spread. And so once I compare the spread in the spreadsheet, we'll find out if actually it's worth it or not. It didn't take that long, actually, to be fair, for all the deposits to come in. It's only been 20 minutes and all four have received their deposits. Bitbuy came in third and Ndax came in fourth. But I also did the Bitbuy deposit first before I did the Ndax, so they pretty much are a tie there on time. Only took about 20 minutes. So let's take a look at the interface for buying. So let's go ahead and tap trade. And if I want to buy Ethereum, I like that I have this use all button. That is a great feature. Some of them, sometimes it can be hard to find that, so you can do 100%. Often in the exchanges, you'll see a 25%, 50%, 75%, 100% button, so you can kind of just do a general breakdown, or you can tap use all. I will change this though to, no, I'll change it to the amount that they gave me. So they gave me 295.57. 295.57. And I will place the buy order. You can see there they're going to charge this fee of 0.000172, and that's going to be of the ETH. So I'm only going to receive 0.08586 ETH. Place the buy order. Why is it not going? Place buy order. Okay, that took 3 taps for some reason. And in my wallet, there, I can see my balance, 0.0858. Okay, that was pretty easy. I would like to see my history. If I take a look at my history, transactions, this is a nice feature within my within Bitbuy. I can actually see the transaction ID on the blockchain, and it looks like it's a clickable link. And yeah, I can tap it, and I can go straight to Etherscan and see it. Alrighty, let's take a look at Shakepay. So I'll tap the double arrows, and I'll hit buy and sell. I could set up a recurring buy and do like $10 a day for the next whatever days, 30 days. I will tap this little chevron to change it over to Ether, and you can see I have my full $300. I can tap max. I'll get 0.0865 and buy Ether, confirm. No extra fees, and I don't understand why Bitbuy was charging me a fee. Like, why not just include it in the spread? Because it's not like they've moved it to my wallet or anything like that. It's still totally just sitting in their exchange with my name on it. You can see it's now worth $2.96, so that's showing me the spread. If I was to try and sell it, what I would get. Let's hop over to Newton, hit transaction. I want to trade, and I will go hit the chevron, choose Ether, and getting notification Shakepay's telling me that I bought 300. Okay, so $300 Canadian, 0.087. So Newton here is giving me the most ETH out of all 3. Slide that to swipe. It worked. 0.087. So far Newton is in the lead on giving me the most. Don't like their interface, but hey, if it's the cheapest, why not? This is always kind of weird. It doesn't update right away. It takes a few minutes. There we go. One thing that I do get frustrated by is you can't, if you go to your history, you can't actually see any links to where it is on the Etherscan, so you can't actually explore your transactions. That's a little bit frustrating. I did put a request in to their help desk asking for why I can't. I never got a response, so it's odd. I know they're all busy, but should get a response. Let's check out Ndax. $300. Tap this little blue icon. It's like my magic button to bring things up. Transfer quick trade. I want to get ETH. Oh, it automatically goes to sell. That is odd. Okay, let's go to buy. I can choose this drop down to choose what I'm going to have. I'll go with ETH. I can't tap. Oh, there you're down here. 100%. Let's see. 25, 50, 75, 100. That's good. I like that. Ndax is winning on there. 0.0877. Look at that. Looking good. And buy. Order success. Yay. $2.99. So Ndax looking really good, sending me a notification. Ndax looking really good on the sending money in. I mean, it did take 20 minutes, whatever, but on the sending money in and buying. So now it's a matter of creating that spreadsheet to compare all their fees and values, then looking at transferring these funds to wallets. I'll do a separate video comparing the wallets and all of their features, and then I'll bring it back into here and we'll look at the withdrawal process and how that looks. The next part of the challenge is to move the ETH that I've purchased into a wallet, and I'm going to compare 4 wallets. I'll go into more detail in a different video, but for the sake of the challenge here, I'll just simply move it into a wallet and I'll see how much each on-ramp charges in order to send that crypto and what some of their limits are, and then I will bring it back, and I'll bring it back in a way that's fair for each one to compare. So I'm not going to look at MetaMask within this challenge. MetaMask is a great wallet. You really need to have it, especially as an extension on your web browser. There are a couple other choices, but I'm really happy with MetaMask. But for the sake of this challenge, I'm going to do Atomic Wallet, Exodus, Argent, and Trust Wallet and talk about some of those differences. And I'll do a separate video on MetaMask. An important thing to realize about a wallet is that it is providing you a seed phrase in order for you to access and see your tokens on whatever particular blockchain that they support. The tokens themselves and whatnot are not actually in the wallet. You could delete the wallet, you could install a different wallet, and as long as you enter those 12 secret words, you'd be able to access and see and use all of the crypto that you have. And that's why it's just so important to never ever give those 12 words. You'll get so many messages and scams and phishing saying they'll look so legitimate, saying that there's some sort of tech support and they want to help you recover your funds, or you've won some new funds, and in order to help you, if you could just give them the seed phrase or your private key, and then they have access to your funds and they steal it all. So just do not ever share those seed phrases. So I have these set up as separate wallets, but there's nothing stopping me from just taking the seed phrase from Exodus and putting it into Atomic Wallet, and then I can see all of my assets. And I've done that in previous videos to show that. So we're going to start with Bitbuy, and I'm going to send the ETH that was purchased in Bitbuy to Atomic Wallet and see how that process works. So I'm going to tap on the ETH. And I don't even know if I had the tap on the ETH, but I'm going to hit withdrawal. And here I can select the ETH. And it's going to ask for the wallet address. So I will jump over to Atomic Wallet, go into the ETH, tap receive. And so this is the address here. I mean, you could hold up your Shakepay or Bitbuy or whatever you have, and you could scan this QR code and you could send crypto to that address. That's just my public address, like my house number. Anyone can know it. It's not a big deal. My private key or my seed phrase I need to make sure I keep secret, but this is just, hey, if you want to send me money, this is the thing you use. So tap copy that, come back over to Bitbuy, and I will paste in that wallet. It is always so good to double check that it is a match. So it starts with 100, starts with 0x100. There seems to be common errors of people copying contract addresses or doing other things, and then they send their ETH to nothing. It just vaporizes and it's gone. So make sure you're a little bit careful. It's the proper wallet address. It's a wallet address that can receive it. This is starting with 0x, which means it's an ETH address, so it's going to receive the ETH, and I'm going to use all. So I'm sending 0.0858. Now I remember we already looked in the fees and it said that it was going to charge us 0.01, and it won't let us transfer because it requires a minimum of 0.11 ETH. And remember, this is almost $300 and they're not going to let us transfer. I know why this is happening, and I think Shakepay might be hitting a similar dilemma. They require a minimum because, well, see, this is crazy. Shakepay pays the gas for you, so they require a minimum because they pay for the gas. Newton will pay $5, so you can transfer any amount you want. You can pay the $5. I do not understand why Bitbuy won't let me transfer this. They're charging me 0.01 ETH, which is way more than the gas fee to transfer ETH, and they're not even going to let me do it, even though they're charging me the fee to do it. So figure that out. Okay, well, Bitbuy's not going to work, and that just confirms it for me. I'm just so not interested in using Bitbuy. Bitbuy's out. It fails the challenge. Let's go into Shakepay. So for the Shakepay wallet, I was going to send it to Exodus, and I will still send it to Exodus because it has I have ETH in the Atomic wallet for doing the wallet review comparison. I can keep that there, but it'll be good to have some ETH in here. So I can tap this down arrow in order to receive. I can copy this address, come over to Shakepay, and then I can tap send. So it is similar. And it auto detects that I have an address on the clipboard, which I like that. So I can just choose that. And I can tap the maximum amount of ETH. And Shakepay won't let me send. It has a minimum of 0.1 ETH in order to send ETH. I'm really bothered by that. It's kind of defeating, making it very hard for people that want to do smaller transactions and be able to use the many features that are out there. You know, the $200-300. You want to buy a CryptoKitty, you want to get into Axie Infinity. There's lots of things that a person might want to get into that's only a couple $100. It's not just about having massive amounts of money and doing investments. So sadly, this is the first time that Shakepay is going to be bumped out of the runnings. Let's go over to Newton. I like Newton and Shakepay because they have the biometrics, the facial identity. You can't do that with Bitbuy. It requires you to put in a username and password every time. So that's a good feature. I would like to actually point out something, though, that Newton is struggling with, and I've put the request in. If I go into full history, I can't tap any of these transactions to be able to see them on the blockchain. And you can in the desktop interface. So why they don't have that on the app, I just do not know. I should be able to tap it and take it to the Etherscan. I think on the desktop it takes you to some other website. But anyways, let's try and withdraw some funds from here. So I have the ETH there. And again, now the user interface never makes sense to me with Newton. That's the only problem. Let's try the trading arrows. Look at that, trading arrows, and it takes me to withdraw. And I can tap to Crypto Wallet. You can see it's multiple clicks and it's kind of buried. I don't like that about Newton, but at least so far it's working. And I'll choose the drop down, choose ETH, and I'll hit max. You can see it's also less than 0.1. I need an address. Let's take a look at the Argent. Here's the Argent Wallet. Argent has a bit of a different philosophy about it. I don't even remember if I got a seed phrase or not. It creates like a social profile, and you can recover it through friends or designated people. It is a little bit different, and it is, I think, only ETH supported. I don't think you can send Bitcoin or anything to Argent, but it does have lots of built-in, it's almost like a web browser for things that are out there that you can do with crypto, and it allows you to do it within the app itself instead of having to go to those websites. It's an interesting idea. I did a full review on Argent a while back. You can watch that video. I don't actually use it anymore, but let's take a look here. So if I had the wallet and I wanted to add funds, looks very simple. Add funds and send from wallet or exchange. The only way to copy it, oh, there we go. I can tap copy. 2 clicks, but I can tap that and copy. And then come back. Actually, what was the address? I should always make sure you pay attention. So it's 0x7f4 ending in 3c. Paste address 0x7f. There we go. It's the correct one. And I'll type swipe. I'll swipe it. Now take a look here. Estimated network fee covered. So the price of gas right now has dropped significantly low. It's only 28 Gwei right now. And so Newton offers up to $5. Anything above you have to pay. So Newton's actually going to enable this transaction to go forward. And I'm tempted now, since the other two have failed, maybe I just won't send this and just know that Newton can send it, and then we can jump to the withdrawing the money to take a look at what that looks like. Let's go over to Ndax. So in Ndax, I haven't used this before. They did update their app, so hopefully things are a little bit better. I'll tap this, and oddly, transfer is grayed out. Invites is grayed out. What is going on here? Yeah, the settings are all still grayed out too. I can't do anything in this app. It's weird. There's my wallet. There's my ETH. I can see where I purchased it. Buy or sell ETH. Okay, here's an arrow to send. Send ETH. Oh ho ho. That was not obvious. How did I get there again? So I went to my wallet. I went into the ETH. And then I tapped this arrow pointing up. And that gave me an ETH wallet address. Okay, let's send it to Trust Wallet. So Trust Wallet is connected to Binance. It is its own separate wallet. It has some limitations in that you can only trade within the wallet using the Binance DEX, the decentralized exchange, not the centralized Binance exchange. But it is very compatible with the Binance Smart chain, which a lot of people are going to right now because it has such low gas fees. I really try to avoid it as much as I can. I don't want all my tokens and value to be tied up in Binance, as I don't trust it in the long term. I mean, it's probably just as fine as Coinbase. I mean, whatever. But it kind of goes against the philosophy. So either way, if I wanted to receive, I would tap receive, Ether, make sure. Now this is a multi-coin wallet like Atomic and Exodus, which means it can handle, Polkadot, it can handle Bitcoin, it can handle coins that are on multiple blockchains. So you do want to make sure that you're choosing the correct blockchain for what you're receiving. So if I look at Bitcoin and I see the address there, it's BC1Q2. That is a different address. That's a Bitcoin type address. Where if I go to the Ether, 0x, and all of the Ether tokens will use that same address. Anyway, so that's why you always select the matching token, so that when you copy the address, you're getting an address that can actually receive those funds. So this is going to be receiving ETH, 0x0EB 90D. So it can allow me to scan, or I can paste it in there. Ending in 9D. Let's go check the front. Sometimes when you paste them, it says Ether or at the front, and with a full colon, you got to delete that out of there. Okay, so I can tap the percentages. I like that, but why is it 0.07? Okay, so they don't have a limit, but they're charging me 0.01 ETH, which is a crazy amount. 0.01 ETH right now is $28. And right now, that is not the cost of gas. To transfer ETH from one wallet to another wallet, I'd be surprised if it's $4 or $5. So they're profiting that difference, even though they're making it look like a transaction fee. So not happy with Ndax whatsoever on the withdrawal. I think let's take a look at sending the money back. So Ndax allows you to transfer any amount, so that's good, but they charge you 0.01. Shakepay and Bitbuy have minimums. Shakepay has the minimum of 0.1, Bitbuy the minimum of 0.11, which with the price of ETH and how it's going up means you're looking at $350, $400 minimum in order to be able to transfer that out. I will give Shakepay one little bonus here that it does allow you to send money or Bitcoin or ETH to any other Shakepay user. You can actually tap on the $ and search for their profile name. And if you have friends, you can send them money. And right now there's this ping pong that everyone's doing. Everyone's just sending money back and forth, $5 to random people, and then those random people send the $5 back. And that's to get points to be able to increase their position in the waiting line for getting one of this Shakepay Visa card. And Shakepay actually originally had a Visa when it first came out, I think in Europe, but it ended up with regulating problems. So it's kind of neat to see it going back to its roots to offer that. But very clearly right now, Newton is standing out. It was the cheapest to buy. It gave me 0.877 or 0.870. Ndax gave me 0.0875. So Ndax was slightly more ETH, but when I go to use it, they're going to charge me a fee. Let's see what happens when I go to withdrawal. So let's go back. Let's sell. Oh, I should mention it's been a day since I did the first half of this video. So ETH has gone up a couple percent. So it looks like I'm going to recover my fees and be able to not lose money on this whole activity here. So we're going to sell. And I can do a limit sell or I can do a market sell. I can tap use all within Bitbuy. So this is nice. And they are going to charge me a fee, but this time they're only charging 60 cents. So that is good. And their sell price, because I should compare this, the sell price is 3505.21. Let's place the sell order on the market. Done. Let's do that on all of them. Let's hop over Shakepay. So if I go into the ETH, I go to sell, maximum, and they're selling at 3458.82. So it is selling for less, and that's that spread that it has. And there may be arbitrage opportunities, but I don't know if I wouldn't pursue it because of the cost to move the funds around. But either way, I'm going to get $299.32, so I'm not getting as much back. So Shakepay has that higher spread, but it was that easy to sell it and turn it into Canadian dollars. Let's jump over to Newton now. And again, I'll probably have to tap these two double arrows and then tap these small little arrows between the two symbols so they can switch it around. Choose ETH. I just feel like I'm always clicking everything in this thing. Hit maximum, and the sell price in Newton is 3542.30, so definitely higher than the other ones, and getting $4. So Newton is in the lead for how much it's giving me back. Swiping and done. So that worked pretty easy. Let's take a look at Ndax. And if I wanted to make a trade here, quick trade, 100% to Canadian. Ho ho ho. So it's giving me a sell price. What is the price here? It's not telling me the price that it's going to be selling at. It's clearly slightly higher than Newton, not by much. Okay, Ndax, I don't know, question mark. Let's just tap sell, see what happens. Okay, that was easy. We go to the buy. Yeah, it doesn't tell me the price. That is weird. So right now the sell, oh there we go, I can do it that way. If I put in 1 ETH, the sell, it's going to be 3508.14. Oh, it was slightly lower than Newton on the sell. I guess it was able to match it because the buy was cheaper, so I was able to get a bit more ETH when I bought. Okay, now comes the part of sending it back to our bank account. And the last time I did this challenge, people really wanted me to do this. So let's go through each one. So Bitbuy, wallets, I have $320.35 reserved. Why does it say reserved? Well, let's try withdraw. Canadian dollars. Okay, Bitbuy is going to charge another fee, 1.5% in order to e-transfer it. I can't tap maximum. Why can't I tap maximum? So I actually have to know how much I'm going to transfer before I can transfer it. Okay, let's go all the way back to the wallet. I have $320.35 available. $320.35. So withdraw Canadian dollars, e-transfer. Choose my bank. Amount $320.35. They're going to charge me $4.73. I had that $20 in there because of a referral, so it's helping pay all these fees. I'll hit submit. Hit submit. Name, bank, amount. That was weird. Okay, I need authentication. Something went wrong. Whoa. Did it work? Whoa, it worked. It said something went wrong, but it's looking like it's working. We have completed your request. That was a lot of whatnots, but it looks like it may have worked. Okay, I'll check that after. So I had a couple weird things. It wasn't responding to the tapping, and it gave me a bit of an error, but it looks like it might have went through. We'll check back in a minute. Let's compare now with Shakepay. So we are going to cash out to my bank, and maximum $299.62. So Shakepay spread did result in me losing a little bit of money, even though it had gone up over the last little while. Continue from that to that. Okay, that was easy. That was definitely the easiest so far. Let's check Newton for withdrawing. So when you're in the normal interface, it's here, and it's like, how do I withdraw? But I know that like everything's in this submenu of the double arrows. Withdraw via Interact e-transfer. And can I tap maximum? I can't tap maximum. That's kind of annoying, but I can at least see, and very tiny, and the Canadian in wallet is 317.03. Now there was some referral money in there, that's why it's higher. And e-transfer swipe. This could take a few seconds, and done. Gives me a secret code. I might need that. We'll find out. So I have auto deposit, so I don't actually need that secret answer. I can hit great and close. So Newton was super easy. Again, no fees. So no fees with Shakepay, no fees with Newton. There were fees on Bitbuy. Let's take a look at the Ndax. So when I go to the Ndax, how do I withdraw? Tap the arrows? No. Maybe it'll be, maybe I tap the money. Fiat, go to Fiat. Okay, tap it in there. Withdraw. 100%. I like being able to, whoa, 293. 318. Yes, there is a $25 fee in order to withdraw funds from Ndax. That offsets all of the gains that they had with the sort of the cheaper price to buy. Newton is clearly winning this. I don't like the interface. It's missing the transaction history on the blockchain, but fees wise, Newton's the only one that enabled me to actually do the transactions and be able to send and receive for free. Everything else wanted to charge me or wouldn't allow me to work. Anyways, let's go ahead and proceed. Let's hit confirm and pay the $25 for this video for you to be able to see how it works. Yeah, there it is. Fee, $25. EFT direct. What in the world does that mean? Okay, I'll tap it. Does it not do e-transfer? You mean add bank account? What? That's why it's charging $25, is it doesn't do e-transfer. And they charge $25 to send the crypto. I don't want to enter all my banking information and whatnot into this app. I don't think I'm going to be using Ndax for much more. Well, maybe I will. Okay, well, I have to set up a bank, all my banking information as if I'm doing direct deposit, and then it will do direct deposit into my bank account, and then charge me $25 to send it. So, okay, let's pretty clear this round. Newton wins. And I tell you, if Newton steps up and improves this web app interface, and well, really, that's about it. Adds a couple features. So I'm going to go this way with this. Newton first place, because, hey, they worked all the way through, had the lowest fees, and the spread was reasonable. I am going to give Shakepay second, because it had lower fees, and it worked on all of it except the withdrawal, having that 0.1 minimum. And Shakepay has that free funds, free Bitcoin when you shake the phone. I should emphasize, if you've signed up for Shakepay and didn't use a referral, you won't have access to those free rewards. And so you can still, in the help, put in my referral number or anybody's referral number and say, hey, I forgot to sign up with the referral number. Give them that referral number, and they'll be able to add that shaking feature to your Shakepay. Okay, Newton wins, Shakepay in second, and Ndax in third, Bitbuy in fourth. I'm not going to try Bitbuy next time. I hope that was helpful, just seeing the different on-ramps and off-ramps and how it all works. Love some comments, love the suggestions and feedback on what I could add or do differently on comparing Canadian on-ramps and off-ramps. And with that, remember to keep track of your towels, and in all situations, don't panic.